Morning. Been a busy, crazy couple of days. I know I hadn't been updating. Blakely was born the other day about 10 o'clock at night. She didn't get no big wild hurry. She's a little old bitty thing. 4 pounds and some ounces. 4 pounds, 413. Had 2 kids born this month. One of them was 813 or 811. The other one was 413 or 411. So we got a big old boy and a little bitty girl. But everybody's healthy. Everybody's doing good. Blakely's just a little bit small, so she's gonna be a little bit getting everything working, everything doing good. Y'all just keep praying for her and mom. Everybody to recover. I'm back up here at the ranch feeding yearlings, and did a service for an 81-year-old lady yesterday back home, and she had 3 grown sons. And I told them, I said, it's kind of crazy, you know. I watched my baby girl become a mama that night before, and then I preached for an 81-year-old lady who had been a mama for 50 years, 60 years. And I preached Romans 12. It says, let love be genuine, hate what is evil, and hang on to what is good. And I said, that's what a mama does. That's what, I don't know, and I admit it. I don't love like no mama. I don't think a man can love like a mama. Like there's something in women that God gave them. It's different than what we got in men. Now, I'll work for them, I'll feed them, I'll help them, I'll care for them. But I told them in that service, I said, when they get so ignorant, I ain't got much love for them. I'm like, come on. I understand I should. Don't nobody send me no hateful messages and love is this and we're to be. I'm working on it. But in a mom, it's there. When I watched Kendall Grace holding that baby Blakely against her chest and the way she looked at her, I guarantee it's the same way that 81-year-old mama looked at them 60-something-year-old sons or 50-year-old sons she had. She still had that mama's love and that mama's look. And man, that's God's. That's who God is. That's God's love. Love comes from God. 1 John says God is love. So when you start to understand, under the scripture it says we love because He first loved us. That picture of a mother's love. That is God. Am I still going? So I had a phone call come in. I encourage you. I know God the Father, but it says in Genesis 1, in the image of God, He created them, male and female, He created them. That nurturing, loving, holding on to the good, letting go of the bad thing that mom can do, God can do. Too often, we and it's just the fact, it is how it is. I don't want to say too often, it always is. We end up perceiving God's love from the way our fathers loved, our dads loved, because God the Father. But you can't ignore, you can't forget, in fact, you need to focus on my mother's love. And then all 3 of them being grown men, my age or older, tearing up because their mama was gone. And then, let me tell you something. That mama's love only comes from one place. Every mama ain't a good mama. I'm not saying every mama has it. Listen, I'm saying, but it is a mama's love. And I was blessed yesterday to see it in the beginning. Kendall Grace's first baby, Blakely, in that love and her just admiring her perfect little face and her beautiful little eyes and bright eyes and her little hands and her little feet. And I also was blessed to see 3 grown men say goodbye to their mama, who was 81 years old and had devoted her life to her husband. He died 25 years ago. but she was faithfully married to him his life, stayed faithful after he left, and was dedicated to her boys, raising them and working on the ranch, working on the farm, fixing fences, driving tractors. She had the greatest career allowed human beings to have, and that is the nurture and development of her children. So I just wanted to share today about my grandbaby being born and how cute she is. And I'm not much on posting pictures on all that mess, but she's sure special. And then to tell y'all and remind y'all about a mama's love, and that love comes from God. That nurturing love that will not end. From 18 to 81, it will not end. That love from a mom, be thankful. Have a good day.